Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Elvin Yusliana Ekawati. I from Educational Research and Evaluation Study Programs, Yogyakarta State University. My title article is Scientific Attitude Assessment with Self-Assessment Format in High School Physics Learning based on case studies in pandemic time of COVID-19 using Microsoft 365 application. This situation starts when coronavirus comes. The school must adjust itself by changing the face-to-face learning model into online learning. An assessment of scientific attitude should still be carried out even though the learning process uses an online model. What application can help teachers for online learning? Microsoft Office 365 is one of the applications that can help teachers organize online learning. One of the benefits of Microsoft Office 365 is authentic assessment can be carried out using form. This research is part of development research by modifying the instrument development model in the affective domain developed by Gable. The COVID-19 pandemic has become a special case for adjusting for format of the self-assessment instrument, which was originally in the form of print paper. Respondents used in this study were 98 high school students who were taking online learning using Microsoft 365. The research was conducted in Sukoharjo, Surakarta, and Karanganyar, involving 3 schools and had provided facilities for the teacher to carry out Microsoft 365-based learning. The data collection technique in this study used an attitude scale to obtain data related to the profile of scientific attitude, and interview to obtain related pictures, instruments, and their application. The data analyzed with confirmatory factor analysis and descriptive analysis. The self-assessment instrument was developed through several stages of testing. The test result before being applied in online learning previously had an instrument grid which is presented here. The analysis results show that the self-assessment instrument model is good fit. This is display of scientific attitude assessment instruments in forms. And this is display of scientific attitude assessment instrument in the smartphone. And this is display of scientific attitude assessment instrument in the smartphone. Based on the result of interviews with some students, information was obtained that the instruction for filling out the instrument were quite clear. The delivery of information in statements and choices was easy to understand. The number of questions was relatively large for 30 minutes. The screen display letters were too small in size when read through a smartphone screen. Use the term is quite clear. The presentation of the instrument is quite simple and practical. The teacher reports that not all students fill out the self-assessment instrument in this form. Only a few students submit with the time limit set by the teacher for 30 minutes plus 5 minutes to submit. This is not by following accordance with the result of research by Colorita, which explains that learners who learn online have a higher level of participation compared to the conventional class. This is the table of the result of the assessment of student scientific attitudes. And this is a table of achievement of scientific attitudes for each components. Various ways have been done, especially in learning physics during the COVID-19 pandemic. One of the efforts made in organizing online learning including assessing about attitudes, knowledge, and skill. The application of self-assessment with form in Microsoft 365 is generally accepted by students and is responded quite well, even though it requires some technical improvement. The conclusion of the analysis based on the collection of student response data, it is found that the estimate reliability of the instrument using the Cronbach alpha formula, which is 0.923, has met the minimum limit of 0.7. Achievement of students' scientific attitude based on the result of response to self-assessment instruments through forms shows that 23% of students have very good scientific attitude, 46% of students have good scientific attitudes, and 31% of students have fairly good scientific attitude.